Well, good morning. Today is January 11th, 2022. On my way into the day job. Yesterday's day started out like crap. Internet went down. Had to get on the phone with Cox after trying to restart our modem multiple times. And I think that the router might be failing. So managed to use some of my old IT skills and tap into Karina, our landlord's network, and hardwire her network into our network in order to be able to function, since most of our work is done via the internet. And I have a secondary backup plan, which is to use Wi-Fi and our cellular service and use our tablet and our phones, but it's very cumbersome. So somebody was supposed to stop by yesterday somewhere between 1 and 3. That didn't happen. We have a hard scheduled appointment between 8 and 10 o'clock this morning with Cox. Hopefully they'll be able to resolve our challenge. Otherwise we'll continue to use Karina's network. Thank you, Karina, for doing that. It's nice having a whole building that's very family oriented and problem solving oriented. I don't even like to call them problems. I like to call them challenges, something to be overcome. So at any rate, yesterday, as a result of all that and the stress level being increased dramatically, I just focused on migrating over all of the different chapter titles into the Word document, got that completed. Looking at a lot of the stuff that's in there inside of all of our OneNote stuff. A lot of the stuff may be only single page stuff, so we could probably get anywhere from a half to 2/3 of the notes inside of OneNote into the finalized Once Investing document. And we're just going to continue plugging away at that and working on that today. No contact from Brianna, which is fine. Not having any hard feelings about that. Haven't talked with Christina in a while either, but right now I'm just really focused. Secondary source of income yesterday. Actually, I had a small job for primary secondary income, as well as a secondary source of income. Yesterday was a very good day. I did check the Schwab account. The funds did show up inside of the brokerage account, which is phenomenal. Have not had to tap into that or see a need for that at the moment. So we're just going to leave those funds there to pile up and get at least a month's worth, which I'm hoping will be somewhere around $4,000 inside of the brokerage account, just to give us a good start. Thus the need to really get a lot of this OneNote stuff over into the Word document, and to get this stuff all figured out to create the action steps, so that we can start plugging away at the action steps to start getting into the semi trading and the practice trading. So hopefully today's start will be a little bit better, but like I said, that's not going to probably be resolved until 10 o'clock, therefore echoing the same type of a day as it was yesterday. So we're just going to try and migrate over as much data as we possibly can into the OneNote. I did not talk with Fabio yesterday. Like I said, I'm done. And, the car will get done when it's done. I don't care. I'm not looking for updates. I'm ridding myself of that frustration. It'll get done when it's done. No contact from Fabio either. Jim, because some nights, after watching, football or after a long weekend are kind of awkward as far as some of the conversations. And Jim stopped by the office yesterday and was kind of like silence. And quite frankly, a lot of the stuff that, we hear once Jim comes into the office is identical to the conversation that we had, over Zello during the game. So it's it's similar to going to an old folks home. I was telling Tracy yesterday, it's similar to going to an old folks home where you go there on a regular basis and you talk to the individuals that are there and you hear the same stories over and over and over again. I understand a lot of the pain and frustration of losing a loved one. I've been through it with dating Jamie, and I know where he's coming from. I know how he feels. You just want to curl up into a ball. The loss is tremendous, and as a result, you have a very low self-esteem. My advice to Jim is to go after something long-term instead of going after just trying to get your dick wet. And you'll find that intimacy and having a partner that you can go on out and do activities with, and go out to dinner with, and go out to activities with, or a companion to talk with, is very beneficial. So it'll also be very life-changing once Blaine, his friend, who's a golfing buddy, moves in this February. His life is going to totally change. And of course, that'll all roll downhill and somehow will affect me as well. Thus, that's why we have the secondary source of income waiting in the wings to become the primary source of income if need be. So, all right. Other than that, the Bulldogs, Georgia, won yesterday and won the national championship and beat Alabama. Jim took Alabama, and we did it straight up. I ended up winning only $10 there. Jim won the first quarter. I won the second quarter and the final score. And today we're expecting the Dow to go up, but looking at a quick snapshot right now, it's down 13, down 12, and I pressed on that. So I just saw it yesterday with it being a lot of pressure after it dipped down, and the buyers came back in and flooded and pushed the Dow back up, even though it was negative territory. I thought that same upwards pressure may be waiting in the wings, so we'll see if that's also the case. It may be interesting to look back and do a historical test in order to see every time that the Dow has the long trail on the downside as to whether or not what the percentage is of that stock, or that index going back up. So that's part of the being aware of your surroundings, if you will, being aware of the charts, being aware of historical moves, and seeing if there's a higher probability of that going up, and learning how to play that. So that again raises a question that then needs to be answered by the data, and give you a probability number, and then that probability number will decide whether or not that's something that you wanted to play. So I do plan on doing secondary income tonight and the rest of this week. I'm really hoping for a very large payout this week, and still have not had time to try and fix the sprinkler heads in the backyard, so therefore seeing that some of the plants are starting to wither in our planter box on the back patio, so I manually watered those this morning. I'll probably try and do that every other day, every third day or something along those lines, in order to try and keep those plants alive, keep the root structure alive, since the potato plant has a tendency to just take off. So I just did not want to lose the rose bushes that we have in the backyard. So at some point in time I need to find the time in order to fix the sprinkler head and turn back on the water in the backyard. But it's just difficult when there's no daylight and there's no time. I get home late at night and it's time to go to bed. So trying to just keep everything going, but obviously if I'm making a lot of money and stockpiling up a lot of money like we talked about yesterday, that opens the door to be able to fix a car, pay off debt, increase lifestyle, just really gives you a sense of security, and so that's why we're running hard to pile up the cash and trying not to dip into it, making it a one-way street. So currently there's let's say $900 inside of the brokerage account cash, and if we're looking to double that money, we're looking to, over the course of a month, that $900 at 10% 10% would make you $90. And so look at it as if we got $4,000 in there, that means in a month that $4,000 should be able to produce $400 of cash flow. And you can see how if we start baking that up, start making that 10%, if we had $10,000, you'd have $1,000 of income. If we had $20,000, you'd make $2,000. If we had $40,000, you'd make $4,000. If we had $10,000, 10,000, or excuse me, if we had $100,000, you'd make $10,000 a month. So to replace my day income, probably need $40,000, to play with inside of the brokerage account, assuming that we're making at least 10% on that in order to be able to replace the day income, which means that I can quit my job. So that's the goal. That's the path that we're shooting for. And sometimes the only way to do that is to run hard, bank up the money, learn the skills, and start applying those skills to make that extra cash. So, all right, I'm pulling into work. That's my story for today, and I'm sticking to it. And I love you guys, and I shall talk to you again.